Welcome to Cognito Key. You know, there's this hidden force quietly powering pretty much everything around us. It's in our homes, our cities, and our biggest industries, making things move with incredible precision. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this amazing technology.
I mean, have you ever really thought about it? What is that invisible hand that tells a factory robot exactly where to go? Or make sure an elevator ride is perfectly smooth and not all jerky? How is all of this motion managed so perfectly?
Well, the unsung hero of this whole story is the electrical drive. Yep, it's the core system that brings all this controlled motion to our modern world. So let's break down what makes it tick.
So what exactly is it? Well, to put it simply, an electrical drive isn't just the motor. It's the whole setup, the complete package that commands the motor, powers it, and makes it do a very specific job, whether that's spinning a little fan or powering a massive train.
Okay, to really get how it all works, we need to look under the hood. The best way to think about an electrical drive is to imagine it's like a body, with different parts each playing a super important role to create movement.
First up, you've got the control unit. This is the brain of the whole operation. It works at a pretty low power level, and its main job is to send out all the commands. It tells all the other parts exactly what to do to get the motion we need.
Next, we have the power modulator, which you can think of as the heart. It's in charge of the energy flow from the source to the motor. But it does way more than just open a valve. It actually regulates the power, it can convert it, say from DC to AC, and it even limits the current when starting or braking, which is super important for protecting the whole system.
And then, of course, we have the motor itself. This one's easy. It's the muscle. It takes all that carefully managed electrical energy and turns it into the mechanical motion that gets the job done.
And finally, we have the sensing unit, which is kind of like the nervous system. It's constantly watching things like the motor's speed and the current. All that information, that feedback, gets sent right back to the brain, the control unit, so it can make tiny adjustments on the fly. This is absolutely key for precise control and for keeping the system safe.
Okay, so now we know the anatomy of an electrical drive. But why are they so, well, everywhere? What makes them the #1 choice for motion control and just about everything? Well, here's why this tech pretty much took over the world. Electrical drives give us an incredible amount of control over torque, speed, you name it. They're super efficient, which means less energy gets wasted. And, this is a big one, they're pollution-free where they're being used. Plus, on top of all that, they're easy to use and can work in almost any environment.
But you know, nothing's perfect, right? To get the full picture, we've also got to look at some of the challenges and limitations that come with electrical drives.
So, what's the catch? Well, the biggest one is that they absolutely depend on a constant power source. Power goes out, the whole system just stops. Dead. This also means you can only use them in places with a reliable electrical grid. The initial costs can also be pretty high. They can sometimes be a bit noisy, and for some really specific jobs, their dynamic response might not be quite fast enough.
But even with those downsides, these drives are just essential. So let's take a quick look at just how deeply they're woven into our world, from inside our homes to our biggest, most complex industries.
Let's start with transportation. Electrical drives are the power behind electric trains and, of course, the ever-growing number of electric vehicles on our roads. They give that precise control you need for smooth acceleration and really efficient braking. You are literally surrounded by them in your own home. They control all the different cycles in your washing machine, the speed of your ceiling fan, and the pumps that bring water to your taps. They're the silent workers making our lives so much easier. And then, if we scale things way up, they're the absolute backbone of modern industry. From the delicate, precise movements of a robotic arm to the massive power needed for things like rolling mills and machine tools, electrical drives are what make modern manufacturing and automation even possible. So, what's the takeaway here? We've seen what they are, how they work, and where they are used. As we race towards a future with more automation, more robots, and more electric transport, the evolution of these drives, making them smarter, more efficient, more responsive, is going to be what defines the future of motion.
And that's a wrap on our look into the world of electrical drives. We really hope this gave you a clearer picture of this incredible and, often totally unseen technology. If you enjoyed this explainer and learned something new, please give it a like. Share it with someone who you think might find it interesting. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to Cognito Key for more deep dives that unlock the world around us. Thanks so much for watching.